Being an Aussie kid and having plenty of local wildlife parks, I met the flightless bird. 190 centimeters tall and weighing 55 kilograms, these native, hideous birds have become the coat of arms right next to the triumphant kangaroo. But maybe there's a much darker side to the emus.
These are some of the unfortunate farmers whose wheat crops have been trampled down by hordes of emus, but they're hopeful of getting rid of the pest at last.
We go back to 1932, Western Australia. Following the Great Depression, farmers in West Australia were suffering massively. Their crops and produce weren't worth enough to keep the supply up, even with government handing relief loans to the farmers and quickly taking them back with heavy interest, and with the soil not being particularly good for agriculture, leading to a larger wheat production, the farmers faced a tough problem. But a much bigger problem was about to arise. A flightless problem. Emus were set on the horizon, stomping around on the soil of these farmers, already on the brink. Now remember, I said that these emus can weigh up to 55 to 60 kilograms, and an average height that's a little shy of a human's, and 9-inch nails that could claw and burrow. So when they stepped on the soil belonging to the farmers and the crops, it would leave a mark. Now taking into consideration 20,000 of these flightless birds were now migrating right on top of all that soil. And now you can see that we have a big problem. Enter Defence Minister and elected Senator George Pearce. Now the senator was facing a problem of his own. The threat of independence from Western Australia, as well as the farmers who were now fed up with their land being destroyed. He decided to finally negotiate with the farmers and allow a military contract for 2 Lewis machine guns, as well as 10,000 rounds of ammunition, to be carried out by the 2 Royal Australian Artillerymen and their leader, Major Gwynedd Meredith. The Lewis Mark I machine gun was a powerful First World War era weapon, capable of firing 500 to 600 rounds per minute. The perfect job to mow down 20,000 emus. Having the now equipped Lewis gun and 100,000 rounds of ammunition, they decided the best course of action would be to herd the emus in a big pile-up. As powerful as the Lewis gun was, it still was cumbersome to relocate 2 machine guns as well as all of its ammunition. They soon learned that the emus are nothing alike to sheep, as they were not easily allowed to be herded. The 2 soldiers struggled to shepherd them. Now being chased by Meredith, the emus strategically split up in flocks and fleeing like roided up road runners, clocking in at around 45 to 48 kilometers per hour. Now for the next 2 days, as crops continued to be stomped and clawed, Meredith decided to take another approach. He would wait and ambush the emus whilst they were at their water hole. 1,000 emus were gathered for the taking. Gun barrel laid hint, and the deciding time, fire. The gun jams. Some emus are alerted straight away from the command. They hurry and scuttle to rearm the machine, and when they finally do, they release hell upon the birds. 300 to 400 rounds straight into a pack of thousands, like shooting fish in a barrel, or so they thought. As the dust settled and cleared, the soldiers waited dormant for the results of their ambush. Only 12 emus had been recorded dead. Diminished by this effort, Meredith retreated and declared the 4-day war a loss, for now. Time went on, as the farmers continued to be ravished by the prestigious emus, and within a couple of days, Meredith managed to get the renewal of the military assistance, and returned with a mounted Lewis gun to a car. Within the next month, they managed to sustain a kill count of 100 emus per week, and on December 10th, 1932, Meredith and his men returned home, claiming to have killed a total of 986, with thousands more mortally injured. Meredith and his men swept their feet up and declared victory among the emus. But the general populace opinion on this unprecedented event led to the ridicule and mockery of said victory. George Pearce would forever be known as the senator that gave the declaration of war to the emus. Even in his silence on the matter, he was shortly voted out of his senator position. Unfortunately, what remains today of the Campions is a silent and vast ballast of the old railroad system. Not a farmer in sight. The crop fields are barren. All that remains is the occasional emu.